Alright, stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to.
Hey yo, listen to Mikey Barxxx
Getting out the aftertaste
on the Wine Night Podcast.
Oh man. So we got this new segment, right, where I get to this segment is just truly, if you've ever just been around me whenever I actually, just for whatever reason, feel the need to say something, you've experienced this. This is when I rant. Right? It's my monologue. This is when I get to just say whatever the fuck I want to say. I don't question how it comes out. I don't worry about how it affects people. I just say whatever I gotta say. And if you know me, it usually does not fit in with the status quo. But it makes for great conversation.
Uh-huh.
So here we are with the aftertaste.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Cue music.
Oh. So you talked about the basketball strike, right? There's three things I want to talk about with this boycott, right? Not even just the boycott, but just in general with this bubble and everything that's been going on with the NBA and shit like that. First off, I wish this is when I wish that we were recording when this thing kind of started. Because I kept hearing this. People were arguing about whether or not the NBA should boycott or if they should play and players. And I heard some valid reasons, right? Family and things like that. But one thing that I kept hearing was, this is our opportunity to win the championship. This is our opportunity to go to the playoffs, make a playoff run. What if I never get to play again? This is our opportunity to do something basketball-wise. Please do not compare championships to death.
Oh.
Please. There are Black people who are dying, not from natural causes, not from, mistakes that have been made or things like that. They are being murdered, right? People that look like you. So please don't compare their death and whether or not we should boycott and things like that. Put that on the same scale, if you may, as playing for a championship. I understand that you may have worked all your life. I know what that feels like. I played sports. I understand what it means to truly, truly love a sport. Like, I love basketball like a human being, like a person. Like, I truly love it and everything is done for me. And I will never, ever, 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 ever put it on the same level as fighting for the rights of my people. It don't equate. I can't imagine. Like, I would love for one of those people to go to Emmett Till's mother, or go to Jacob Blake's family, or George Floyd's family, any of those people, and look them in the face.
No, I'm sorry.
Breonna Taylor, I'm sorry, I didn't say anything.
I don't talk about it. And all of our trans men and women who are out here dying too. Sorry, I just got to represent everybody in this video.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. There's a lot of, and just to go off that point, like the reason why she did that was because a lot of the people who are publicized, not to say that Black men are not being killed at a disproportionate rate, but there are also Black people who are identified by different genders who are being killed at a disproportionate rate as well. Mm-hmm. I say that I wish that any of those NBA players who made that statement, or any of these commentators, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, Max, any of these people on ESPN, Fox Sports, whoever it is, that's talking about people's opportunity to win a championship or something, please go to those people's family and explain to them that an opportunity to play a sport is more important than not playing that sport and taking a stand and fighting for, rights and things like that. Not to say that boycotting would be the solution. I don't know that. But don't tell me the reason why you won't is because you want to win a championship.
One of the coaches said that, and I know I'm going to probably quote it wrong, so I'm not saying it verbatim, but it's basically saying, like, this is their time to play basketball, right? Like, this is how they reach the world. And I would have to disagree and kind of agree with you, which kind of sucks, right? Now, But I think just in general, the world would have heard us more if the more privileged people and the more powerful people, because for some reason in this country we equate power to wealth, right, would have taken the stand to say, absolutely not. You are not going to enjoy my black body and then discard it when you're ready. You're not going to sit here and kill us, but enjoy us because we, at least for the very popular sports, we dominate. We don't just participate. We dominate. We kill. Okay, like the history books have our pictures in it. If you look up Google, the statistics have us in it. No one else. So if we all sit there and we stop, we take a pause and we say, enough. Somebody's gonna listen. Somebody will listen, especially the best of the best of us. Who was it? Was it Kyrie they owed an apology to?
Oh, absolutely. Boy.
Because
Boy.
I don't believe in his flat earth conspiracy. But damn it, if he wasn't right, they should. Well, I don't want to say we because I ain't bouncing nobody's balls. This number 4. We gotta start counting how many times I say balls. But he said we shouldn't go. This is not the time to go. They went anyway. People are still dying, and then they said we're gonna boycott for half a second, and then they continue to play. So you're just playing with us at this point. You care more about your statistic of having a championship ring, right? Whatever that's supposed to mean to anybody after you do it, because there's a new champion next year, unless any of y'all forgot. Like they don't matter. It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of people are dying, and not just people. Our people are dying.
Oh my bad.
No, I was gonna say I'm blanking on the person's name, and I am so sorry. But there was a Trump supporter just recently, a couple of days ago, who killed a protester, and he's white. Well, they both were white, the shooter and the person who. There were 2 people, I believe, who died trying to stop the shooter. They were protesting, police brutality, and the shooter was a 17-year-old male that had an automatic rifle that was illegally obtained, didn't even live in the state, drove 2 states over to come to this protest and kill people, basically. At what point do we say this is enough? Like, if it wasn't enough for the black people, like when the white people start dying, is it enough? When the women start dying, is it enough? We know it's not enough for the trans people, so I can't even, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if when we look back, if this moment for LeBron is supposed to mean everything. Maybe this is his last year and we don't know it, and like that's what he's doing this for. But I hope it's for a really good cause. Are y'all donating the the rest of your salaries to these families? Like, that's why you want to play? Because I mean, if you're handling your money right, I would hope that you would be okay. But
and like I said, this just the beginning of this rant, because with these players, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are all 100,000-aires, millionaires, some pushing that billionaire mark. We're probably gonna get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a very small select few, right? There's a lot of people that was like, well, why do they have to lose something? Why do they have to stop playing? Why do athletes have to stop playing and things like that? Please understand that there are teachers in New York City right now who are potentially going to go on strike, right? Teachers that make, I would say, not even a quarter of what? Probably the last player on the bench of the worst team in the NBA. That are making a quarter of what they make, and they are ready to risk it all to fight for their rights. So please do not tell me your issue is about money and you don't. You have to lose something to do something, to win something, to get something. That's what protest is. That's what sacrifice is. You know what I mean? Like, so please don't say a lot of these things. And it just goes to show you how. And I hate to say this because again, I don't know the master plan. If there is a master plan, LeBron, whoever it is, that's up, Chris Paul, if there's a master plan, we apologize in advance if this all works out in the end.
No, not me. I believe everything I said. Fuck y'all.
I'm just in advance, we'll apologize. But please understand that this is how we know that y'all are disconnected. Y'all are wearing shirts on jerseys. Y'all are talking in press conferences. Y'all are making Instagram posts. We've been doing that.
Yeah, we did it already.
We did that already, and y'all feel like
been doing it already.
Huh?
They've been making the post already.
Yeah, we've been doing that. Y'all are just now getting outraged and feeling something. Because I understand what that is as an athlete. You're disconnected from the world. You don't know what's going on. You don't feel the racism that other people feel because you get benefits that other people don't get. So for you right now, it feels like you're doing something. And you are. Don't get me wrong. You're doing something great. But understand that white people can easily mute out your black skin and the words that are coming out of your black mouth if it means that you benefit them by bouncing a ball, throwing a ball, tackling somebody. I've seen it. I've lived it. I've watched it. There are white people that say racist shit to me as if I'm not black. It will talk about black people as if I'm not black because they don't even see you. They literally do not see you. They're just us. I don't even know what the fuck they see.
It doesn't matter what they see. It's not correct, whatever it is. So how about we start there? Whatever they see is wrong.
So
it's a lot, and I agree with you. Y'all been
disconnected. Y'all are disconnected, out of touch.
I mean, you can't even claim to be disconnected as much as other people can claim to be disconnected at this point because it's all around the world. So you have to literally not be watching any TV. You can't listen to anything. It's in our music. It's in our media. It's in our social media. It's everywhere. So to me, to say you don't see it or it doesn't matter unless you have a press conference, because that's where you're supposed to make the change, when they ask you about that one play, that one.
Yeah, because LeBron's "I Have a Dream" speech is going to do what Martin Luther King's didn't, right? Because that's going to happen.
And please don't get me wrong. I love these people. I love all black people, even the ones that make my head spin sometimes. But at what point do we call for more? And at what point do we demand more from our so-called leaders? And if you're not a leader, just get out of my way so I can do it myself.
Let somebody do the shit. Right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Do shit. Fuck.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
And lastly, please do not shame the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to say that again. The Milwaukee is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Bucks for doing what they felt was right. There's a lot of people talking about how they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have boycotted. They messed up the master plan and the white.
You want to explain to the people what you're talking about?
Yeah, right. So again, there's a lot of people, commentators, even other NBA players who are upset with the Milwaukee Bucks for the fact that they boycotted. The boycott, if you did not know, was not planned by everybody else. Even the opposing team did not know that was going to happen. If you look at videos, they were out shooting before the game started. Nobody knew what was going to happen. So then afterwards, George Hill, one of the players on the Milwaukee Bucks, held a press conference, was talking to people. And after watching Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, and hearing Skip say something that really got me upset, because he was like, I appreciate what George Hill said, but he's not who I want to hear from. And it particularly stings because he's white. I don't want to hear white people. I understand. I believe that Skip is an ally of sorts. You know what I mean? As far as what he's done, he shows himself to be an ally. But we also will hold white people accountable. Understand that you are not going to tell black people how they are going to mourn and how they're going to fight for their rights. And that goes for black or white, red, yellow, whatever the case may be. You are not going to tell the people from that team who are actually in that state. One of the players on that team was a victim of police brutality. You're not going to tell them how they're going to respond to that. It's not okay. It's not okay. I understand there's this master plan that's supposed to be happening. They ain't going. And I also understand the purpose of unified responses and things like that. All that shit is important. And do not shame people who are in pain and hurting.
It's crazy because everybody wants unified, protesting or not protesting at all or whatever the case may be. But loves what happened when everybody in 1972 decided to throw that tea in the fucking water. They love when they came over from Britain to start this great country and shit, not knowing that or not recognizing that they was burning shit up so that they didn't have to pay some taxes to the British. So I don't understand why people don't understand that being a rebel is probably the most American you could be. And so shout out to the Bucks for being a rebel, taking that on and saying, I understand we had a plan. but our plan is obviously not working enough for me. And so when it's not working, if it's not doing what you needed to do, I'm here for causing an uproar and saying, I'm not doing it. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Maybe I'm bugging, but I heard more about them boycotting than any fucking press conference or post-game interview.
Woo! Talk about it.
What I will also say is this. NBA got a role to do, but more importantly, NFL. You take white man's football away from him, shit, it gets spicy in this bitch real quick.
Let's change the subject before they shut us down.
Ain't even our airwaves. Yeah, thank y'all for joining on the Aftertaste. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll look forward to the next one.
Ooh.